got to manage myself, I've got to manage my mind. The task is not easy, but to high heights I climb.
I'm determined to succeed, so no excuses, please. If you don't want success in life, then don't hinder me. Yes, let the whole world know you are a CEO. You are a CEO. I'm a CEO. You are a CEO. I'm a CEO. The time is here to celebrate. You are a CEO. You are a CEO. You are a CEO. You are a CEO. Yes, let the whole world know. The time is here to celebrate. Success is calling, so don't be late. You are a CEO.
Hello, everyone. Michael E. Parker, and we are back at COTV Live. And I am so happy to be back here with you. It has been so long, and so that's why I call this show, Welcome Back. It is time to run. Now, I know there's been so much going on, and I just want to say, just to be with you tonight is such a pleasure here at You Are a CEO. And I first just want to thank everyone out there just for surviving this far with everything that's been going with this pandemic and with COVID-19. I know it's been an adjustment for all of us. We've been dealing with things in our home and our families, making adjustments, dealing with economic issues, how we're going to do this and how we're going to do that. And so I hope all of you out there with that You Are a CEO spirit has been able to use that to push through these challenging times. But that being said, I'm still excited about what is in front of us here at You Are a CEO. And while we've been away, we haven't just been twiddling our thumbs. We've been working on things. We've been getting ready. We've been getting prepared. And we've been working on the things that are required for us to take this situation and turn it into something great. Now, I want you to understand a few things about all that's been happening. And that's, first and foremost, we've been working on technology. We've been working on getting our products stronger. We've been working on our systems and tools that will help all of us not only improve our lives and be more successful, but also the systems that we need to really launch forward so we can build our own economy right here within You Are a CEO. And so we're going to talk more about that a little bit on this show. And I'm going to also be walking you through some of the key things that's going to be happening. This is going to be a month of preparation. Some of you saw my live where I went live on Saturday talking about on your mark, making sure everyone understood this is about getting in position. And May is about getting in position, getting ready, and making sure that we are ready for this race that is in front of us. Now, when you consider all of that, I want you all to remember something. So when you think about all the things that you've committed to within yourself, the things that you've committed to within You Are a CEO, some of you have finished the 30-day challenge. Some of you have been watching our shows for a long period of time. But whatever it is that you've done and committed to yourself about you versus you or me versus me or that challenge of rising above personal limitation, we are right at that moment where we all need to be willing to really step up and do those things that we said to ourselves. We all committed to You Are a CEO in some way, but now it's time to really go to that level where we rise above those enemies we talk about all the time. We talk about fear, insecurity, self-ignorance, and mediocrity. But how does that apply to where we all are right at this moment? When it's time to take that next step, when it's time to make a move, when it's time to take action, how do we begin to make sure we're not just talking about You Are a CEO, we're not just talking about the four enemies, but now that it's implementation time, it's time to do something, right? What are we going to do? And how are we going to use all the tools that we've learned to really make sure we show up for ourselves? Now, having said that, I want to ask you a question. Now, I also have, I got several, we're completely live here, and I'm going to go over to another area here, so hopefully y'all can see me here. I'm at my little table here, and I can see online, I want to hear from you all a little bit. And what are some things that you think that people are feeling right now? Now, I'm here live with you all. I see some of you, coming in still. But what are some things that you think people are feeling right now, just with all this going on? Wherever you might be around the country or even around the world, there's different things that are happening, different things that are going on. People are talking about, making sure that we protect ourselves, try to get business back going. There's been people going through this and that. So Sophia, I see you said stress. Camille, anxiety. Latrice, you mentioned uncertainty. Very good. Sophia, frustrated. Yeah, keep them coming. Darian, fear. Absolutely. I see another anxiety. So these are really good. So when you say uncertainty, I'm sure many of you are thinking about, even if you were able to get some unemployment, even if you were able to get a business loan, even if your job is still going right now, there's this uncertainty of, will that continue? How long will that last? What's going to happen next? And I think we all could say that that's definitely there. Now, I saw some of you put depressed. Somebody said trapped. So, that's pretty good too. I guess especially being in the house, you do feel kind of trapped, like you can't get out. Some people mentioned unequipped. Some people said upset. And then I see Bradford, you said excited about potential growth and renewing yourself. Very good. So this is some real things that you all are mentioning, and I really appreciate what you all are sharing. Now, those are some of the things more on the challenging side. Now, because people are feeling that way, because people are, somebody said trepidation. That's right. Come on, Daniel. You put that word out there, trepidation. That's right. And then I see direction, maybe the need for direction or a chance to improve. So let's go down that road. Here's some of the things that you all mentioned. But what about where might there be opportunity because people are feeling that way? What would you all say? What would be some opportunity because people are feeling that way? So every situation is definitely creating an opportunity. So what type of opportunities do you all feel is being created? So any of you want to put some things in there? So what do you think that people, now there's been some new opportunities, like, people who make face masks right now had an opportunity, right? Or people who are into hand sanitizer had an opportunity. But some of you said a new mindset. Absolutely. So definitely people are looking for how to get out of the mindset that they're currently in. That's very, very true. What are some other things? So somebody's still on, this might be a little lag between what I'm seeing and when you all are typing it. So some of you said job loss. So maybe on the other side, people are looking for an opportunity for jobs. Okay. Opportunity to change, someone mentioned there. People looking for new skills, new hobbies. Very good. New opportunities to better themselves. Absolutely. Opportunities to generate income, for sure. Bradford, new ways to make money. Emotional support systems, Daniel. Very good. Bianca, starting from the ground floor, maybe reinventing. Ruthie, I saw what you mentioned there. People looking for a career instead of a job. Maybe people even looking for job security, right? Self-discovery, Charmaine, I saw that. Reinvention, professional growth. So these are some really, really good things that you all are mentioning there. And this is something that I want you to consider. If people are in this type of dynamic, the things that you're mentioning, I want you to consider how connected it is to what we are doing here at URCEO. Now, I want to switch gears for a minute. I enjoyed chatting with you, and I might be back to chat with you, but I'm going to go over to another part of my studio set here, and I'm going to head over to the whiteboard. So I'm over here, coming over to the whiteboard here, and I want to talk to you all a little bit about a few things. So when we think about the whiteboard and we think about being able to talk through some of the things that are going on right now. So when we look at people just in general, so hopefully you can see this okay. And we look at people and all of these people that we see around the world, around our cities, states. Imagine the things that are even going on right now when we think about Think about our young people, our parents, parenting. I mean, they just need an award right now, how to be a parent right now. Whether you was into homeschool or not, you had to get into homeschool. You had to become a teacher, a doctor, a babysitter, all at once. But all of these things are, creating new responsibilities. So when you look at people that are, maybe outside in this circle here, we want to create basically a center of success. And sometimes in the business world, a lot of times they talk about a center of excellence. And so having a center of excellence that holds a company accountable for what excellence means throughout that company. Well, we want to create a center of success. And if we could create a centerpiece that everything coming into this centerpiece here is adding things that are needed that help us to grow and become more successful. And you all know we talk about these things all the time. But what we need to do is strengthen this center of success so that when people begin to come into this environment, all right, we want to motivate people that there's a place that they can get inside of that will create a center of success. And what do we mean by that? Where there's basically an environment that we've created that is making it easier to actually remove limitation and to deal with the anxiety and the frustration that might be in life at this time. So if we could get around people that are more positive minded, people that are more focused, people that are more driven, people that are more dedicated to rising above how they feel and how they think, because they realize the equation of environment leading to thinking and thinking leading to feelings and feelings leading to what we do and what we do leading to success or failure in life. People who understand that, these are the type of people that, individuals need to have around their life right now, not only because it's good for our growth, but there are real things that we are dealing with that if we're in the center of something that has that type of energy, it's going to strengthen our ability to actually get there. So there's a lot of things we're going to talk about in this center of success. But I want you to consider for a minute how important this is, because it's not easy to actually find where that environment is. And many of you are a part of that environment. We talk about these things all the time, but we are working on some things to take that to the next level. Now, another thing I want to talk about when we think about income. Now, I want to talk about, income for a little bit. And right, for the most part, when we think about, hopefully y'all can see this okay. So when we think about effort and we think about income, so basically, if I meet this line and then come down here and I, make a mark here of income, if I put more effort in, come from here to here, then basically, based on how this line is, I will create more income. So this is a very simple graph. Basically, I put in more effort, I get more income. Now, I want you to think about this for a minute, how effort leads to income. So, there's many different ways. I want to come back for a minute. I'm coming back to talk to you. Let's hold this real quick. I'm coming back. I want to see y'all and talk to y'all a little bit. So let's talk about something for a minute. So when we think about income, now, when you think about ways of creating income, now we think about the effort that is needed to create income. So let's think about what are some ways that people can make income, good income, with minimal effort. Now, can you all think of something? Now, that's a tough question. That's a tough question. What are some things that you all can think of right now where you can make good income with minimal effort? So, I want to see what comes through here. I think the responses is going to get a little slower here. But what are some things that you could make? So, Bradford, you said passive income. Good. Now, passive income is we're going to talk about that in a minute. That's being able to create income without more effort. All right. But how do you do that? Like, give me some opportunities. So effort leads to income. So online website, Sylvia, great. So you jumped in there with a real idea. Online jobs. So a lot of you saying online things because online might be a little bit easier. So we know residual income, Stephanie, that's right, which is really the amount of income I have after paying everything, what I have left over. But what is the best way? So I'm seeing multi-level marketing, stock, real estate investing, okay? Now, let's think about real estate investing. Now, real estate investing is a great way when we think about real estate investing, but what are some things that I have to do to be able to do that? So think about it. I've got to find a property. I've got to have enough money to buy the property. Potentially, I have to fix that property up. I have to make sure there's no liabilities in how I fix it up. Make sure there's no issues. You got to really know what you're doing. And some of you out there are really good at this and you know what you're doing. But just think about it. For the everyday person, there is some steps you need to do. So now, if you make the right investment, get everything where it needs to be, get your property, fix it up, and you get it where it needs to be and you're able to sell it for a profit, it's a great, great opportunity. And there's minimal effort later if you keep that property and people are paying you rent. But there still is, some things that you have to do. And then when things are broken, you have to fix it, right? So there's some things there you have to think about. What are some other things here? So there's some other things I saw coming through. Y'all are talking about a lot of stuff, compounding interest. So putting money in something that grows. Now, do you all think, let's talk about money in the bank. What do y'all think is the basic amount that you maybe get from a bank by putting your money in a bank? How much interest do you think you really get out there from putting money in a bank? Do y'all think it's a lot of money? How much interest? What do you think? 10%, 5%? What do y'all think? Anybody know about the banking industry? So what if you just put your money in the bank and wait on it? Do you think you could create some income without effort? So someone said nothing much. Okay. What do y'all think? What do y'all think it is? What kind of interest? I see 2.1%. All right. Do y'all agree with that? Okay. Bradford, 0.25%. All right. Anybody else? What do y'all think? How much percent? 1%? 1%? 2%? Okay. 2.5%. All right. Little interest. Right. So some of you are, talking from the decimals to ones and twos, percent. Now, I want you to think about that for a minute. Is that sufficient to really build income? Is that sufficient to build income? Because this is, again, the challenge that we face. If I begin to, basically, if I'm in a situation where no matter what I do, I can't control that income is growing more, this is, again, it's a good thing that I get interest, but nothing more will happen than that fixed amount, and normally it's not much. So this question, I just want y'all to see how hard it is. I saw teaching online. This is not an easy answer. But let's go back to the whiteboard for a minute. So when we talk about more effort and how that more effort can generate income. Now, one of the things is when we start getting to the point where basically, what if I can make an effort and there was a way that with that effort, I continually generate more income? So this is something that is interesting. If I could make an effort and then somehow the income keeps growing, but my effort that I made here is the same. So I didn't increase my effort more than the initial effort, but the income keeps growing. So this is what we're talking about when we talk about passive income. So I want you to be aware that this is really what we are talking about. And I feel that most people today that feel slighted by the changes in the economy, some industries are on the verge of going out of business. This is one of those moments. This is one of those blockbuster Netflix type moments. This is one of them Polaroid camera moments where something came about that changed everything. And if you didn't understand the shift, if you didn't understand the change, if you didn't understand the pivot, you got got left behind and completely left without an ability to keep putting more effort in to make more income. So we have to think about a system and a way to overcome this. Now, having said that, now there's so much that, let me come back over here. Now, there are so many things that we're going to be talking about over the next few weeks, and I want these things to be on your mind. A center of success, an environment for success. And then we talked about income and the seriousness of being able to create the income that we want and the income that we need. Well, I want to walk you through something to explain to you a basic system that we're going to be creating, and I'm going to show you a little bit quickly how this is going to work. And I just want you to understand the flow, because over the next few shows, you're going to experience what I'm about to show you. But for now, I just want you to understand the process. So what I'd like to do, I want to walk you through a presentation here. And so as we pull the presentation up, I want you to understand this process. So first and foremost, what I want you to see here is we're creating something where basically our affiliates, they're going to be able to share links from our share center, like we've always talked about. We have our share center. But imagine having this operation stronger, seamless, and more prepared for this next move. And you can share a link for someone who wants to be an affiliate or someone who wants to be a part of our club membership. Now, with that, the next step in that process is when they get that link, and when they click on that link, it would take them to a welcome page, either a welcome page for an affiliate or a welcome page for a club member who then, again, they're going to see someone welcome them to be able to go through a certain experience that would prepare them. Now, listen, this is very important. Once you learn how to do this the right way, we're going to be talking about this more, but once you learn how to do this the right way, how to talk to someone in a simple format, not selling, just simply giving a testimony of what you're doing and being able then to send them something that does the rest for you. This is something I want you to keep in mind. This is something that's going to accomplish those things we've been talking about on this show. Now, let's go back. So when we talk about understanding the process, imagine then that when after watching that welcome, it preps them for a webinar where they hear personally from me a personal walkthrough of what it means to be a part of our Wealth Generator affiliate program. Or they can hear about the club and hear what this Success Club is all about with a thorough overview that could probably only be done in a way like this by me personally presenting it. So imagine if you have me with you to actually tell this person how this all works. So there's a system being built for you to keep being more successful and to generate income for yourself. And you have me with you being able to tell them as I would, so that you actually don't have to do the hard part. This is something I want you to keep in mind. Now, let's go back. So imagine then that from both of those pages, they're led to a package page. And this package tells them how they can become an affiliate, or they can become a club member, or they can become what we call an affiliate club member, which is they do a little bit of all of it. And they're able to get access to everything. So imagine that they're able to do that. Now, if for some reason they don't move forward and they click off the page, they get a 14-day trial pop-up. Now, this pop-up doesn't, it's not offered just right away, but if they don't want to move forward, it tells them right away, hey, we'll get you use everything for 14 days. This is, again, a whole strategy that I want you to understand. And then it takes them to registration, and then they get a welcome from me telling them how to get the most out of their 14-day trial. Now, if they click to move forward, then it takes them to a specific registration page for being a club member or being an affiliate or being an affiliate club member. This is a secret process that I'm telling you about. This is behind the scenes. You'll never have to worry about this on your end, but I want you to know what's going on behind the scenes. There's something being built, and there's something that's going to be made available to you that works behind the scenes on its own. And this is what I want you to be aware of. Now, imagine through that then are taken to a welcome page, depending on what they move forward with, whether it's a club member, an affiliate, or an affiliate club member. And from there, they then are instructed how to move forward into the community, and we tell them how to download the You Are a CEO app. And once they're able to do that, they get instruction about what to do next so that they can then begin to onboard into our community. And there's a lot of things that we've been listening to all of you about, and we're making some improvements that you are going to love. The summer is going to be hot, and I'm not talking about the weather. I'm talking about what we're about to do. And this is, again, because of the system that we're putting in place. Now, let's go back to there. Just one more thing I want to show you. There is something called a success profile. Now, I want you to remember that. Say it to yourself. Success profile, success profile, success profile. That success profile is going to be critical to the movement. It's going to be something that helps you understand where you are, what you need to do, and what you're accomplishing as being the CEO of your life. I can't wait for what's to come and how this profile is going to evolve into something very special. And this is, again, where they'll know what to do. You ever feel like you come into You Are a CEO and you kind of don't know where to start? You got uplift, you got this, you got that. Well, this is going to all change. And we are making some improvements that you are going to love. All right. Now, having said that, I want to move over to some key announcements that I want you to actually be aware of before I actually start to tell you or give you an experience in the first step of the process that I just went over with you. So let's actually take a minute, though, before I get to those key announcements. And I want you to look at this here. So look at this debit card. And this debit card is something that I just want to just get a moment of silence on here for a minute, because we are officially about to launch in its fullness our affiliate compensation system. Now, we're going to be preparing you on that on your mark. We're going to be preparing you throughout the month of May. But if you have not registered for your debit card, you should do that right away. There's something coming. And before this month is up, we are dedicated to making sure any payments that are due to anyone for anything that has happened from the past is all paid up, so that we can move forward into the summer with a full-blown compensation system that is compensating on a weekly basis. You'll hear more about this very soon. So be aware of this. Now, let me move more into some more announcements here. So when you think about some key things, I mentioned to you, get your debit card as soon as possible, okay? Another thing I want you to know, prepare to start your wealth generator business opportunity. So those of you that want the fullness out of what You Are a CEO is doing, get prepared to do that. If you've not talked to someone about getting a 1099, this is going to be new income. This is going to be new resources. This is going to be passive income. And for you to get that, I want to look at them for a minute. Yes, I want to look at you. This is passive income. This is what I put on the whiteboard. We have a system that can do that thing that was hard for you to answer tonight. We have something that can do that. The question is, are you ready? The question is, are you prepared? Now, I want you to think about your 1099. If you get a 1099 and your tax position, all the ways you can write off things as a You Are a CEO affiliate. And then also, what would you do with the additional income? These are the things I want you to start thinking about. All right. Let's go back to those key announcements. Also, the 2020 You Are a CEO Summit Tour is postponed. Again, because of COVID-19, we have postponed everything. You know, we had a tour event that was supposed to be this month at Cal State East Bay. Everything is postponed. So until further notice, we might do some things online a little bit different, but we're still trying to see what's going to be happening before we can really firm up any dates. But we want you to be aware of that. Another key thing, we're canceling the weekly affiliate training that we normally have had, but there's going to be something new that is coming, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But the normal one that we've had with LaShawna Jackson, who has always done a great job taking care of all of you affiliates out there, we've canceled that for now because we're ramping up something new and improved that you are going to love. Now, here's another thing. I want you to make sure, have you visited our new urco.com website? Now, it's been up for a little while, but you make sure you go there, visit, and study the website. It's new and improved. You're going to see that it looks better, has great information on it, and we're going to be doing more and more with it as we go forward. So make sure you're familiar with the urco.com website. Now, last but not least, I want you to be aware. Now, beginning on May 20th, we're going to start, I told you something was coming new. We're going to be starting a affiliate webinar that is live at 7 o'clock every Wednesday. Now, I want to really make sure you get this. So let me look you in the eye here a minute. I want to make sure you understand this. One thing we all need with all this we're rolling out with URCO, nobody wants to sell. No one wants to bother anyone. Nobody wants to be out taking on more work than they already have. But listen. If you're serious about an opportunity right now, if you're serious about being more successful in your life, and you really believe in the principles of URCO, and you are ready to go on this journey with us, there's no reason that you should not take advantage of an opportunity to earn income while becoming more successful. What if you could earn income while you were asleep? Because it's growing on its own, passively. Now, to do that, one of the things that we're doing is making sure that we take the work off of you. Every week, we will have an affiliate webinar where we are all interacting live. We will deal with the most current issues. We will make sure the people you bring to that webinar know what this is about. We will give them an opportunity to hear from people like myself and others that are a part of the movement that will help compel them with real results that we are gaining here at URCO. So bringing people to that weekly webinar is going to be a great strategy for all of us, because we're going to create a camaraderie and a fellowship around success and around creating real wealth to support our families. And this is going to be exciting, and it all begins on May 20th. So keep that date in mind. Mark your calendar. Now, having said that, before I announce our next show, I am going to allow you to experience what I showed you earlier. So we're going to go through this experience in the month of May as if you are the person that I am actually telling about URCO. And so now, I have now just sent you a link. And before I sent you the link, I told you how this changed my life and how I feel it's something that you would enjoy. And I invited you to watch a webinar from the founder, Michael E. Parker. And I promise you it'll be something that you glean from, and you can decide from there if you want to go on this journey with us. So I want you to watch a short welcome video from a good friend of ours here at URCO to show you what they'll see when they go to that first website and they click to be welcome to that video and webinar about the Success Club. I'll be right back.
Hi, I am Barb Ben-Shoshan, and I am very excited for the opportunity that you have today to hear about the URCO Success Club. Why am I excited? Because I know what this opportunity means. I was born in Israel, and I came to the U.S. in my late 20s. I started a few businesses from retail to construction, and I was always looking to opportunities to better myself. In an effort to support one of my businesses, I hired Michael E. Parker and his brilliant team, and through that, I got to know URCO. I can tell you that I've never heard anything like that before. It was like I found one source that helped me be successful in so many areas in my life. Because of a change in the economy, I had the opportunity to come and join the URCO team and Michael E. Parker. And since then, we all been helping people such as yourself and so many others become successful. It is my absolute honor to introduce the founder of URCO, Michael E. Parker. He was handpicked by Akio Toyota to become a lean management expert in Japan. He's an award-winning entrepreneur for 20-plus years. He's a recipient of the prestigious Jefferson Award, and author of the business book, Who Said So? An accomplished international speaker, he has 25-plus years mentoring youth and adults. He consults Fortune 500 and Fortune 100 companies. He built an experienced and talented team who have been with him for over 15 years. So it is time to grab a pen and paper, and I would like to officially welcome you to the You Are a CEO Success Club webinar. Click the button below.
All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that, and you have just now officially started the process that I showed you a little bit earlier. Imagine now that you're on the edge of your seat waiting to hear this webinar about the Success Club. And I wonder if some of you are ready right now. I can't hear you. I don't know if some of y'all are ready. Do you want to see it right now? Well, I want you to understand we got a special lineup for you because our next show is going to be that very thing. We're walking through the process together. And so our next show, Monday, I should say that should be May 18th. We've been in the pandemic. I don't know where I'm at right now. But at the same point, this is now the time to make sure that you do not miss this, because this is going to be a webinar about the Club of Success. And when you come to this particular show, we're going to let you watch that webinar and get a taste of what it'll feel like when this person that you've talked to has had a chance to hear from me about what is next and what is coming with the Success Club. You do not want to miss it. We'll see you there on May 18th. I hope you've enjoyed this show. I'm Michael E. Parker, and we will be back just a week from now and take that next step into success.
Yes, let the whole world know you are a CEO. You are a CEO.